In the last video, I demoed 5 Codex features live, but that still left out a second group of features that matter a lot once you start using Codex more seriously. So this is part 2, 5 more Codex features demonstrated live, again, inside a safe, throwaway workspace. One quick note before we start the demos. As you watch, pay close attention to the prompts I use for each feature. The wording matters because it helps Codex understand exactly what I want it to do, what context to use, and what kind of action I'm expecting. I enlarged the key initiating text for each feature on purpose so you can easily spot the part of the prompt that guides Codex into that specific workflow. These are not magic phrases, but they are good examples of how clear, intentional wording can lead to better results. You can pause on each screen to study the prompts, and I'll also include them in the description below. Demo 1, AGENTS.md guidance. This is one of those features that sounds smaller than it is. If Codex can read project guidance about structure, test commands, safety boundaries, and team expectations, future work gets better. This is where a generic model starts becoming more project aware. And once you feel that shift, you stop thinking only about prompting and start thinking more about durable guidance. I'm Digital Kevin. The real Kevin is behind the scenes, and he reads all of your comments. And just like last time, I am not doing this in a real production repo. That is on purpose. Demo 2, Permissions and Sandboxing. This is not the glamorous part of Codex, but it is one of the reasons I trust it more. The more real work an agent can do, the more you need the guardrails to be visible. What stays inside the workspace, what can run safely, and what should require approval. That is not friction. That is workflow hygiene. Demo 3, Review Handoff. This is where Codex starts feeling more like part of a delivery pipeline. The goal is not just make the change. The goal is to make the change in a way that is reviewable, explainable, and easy to hand off. That means diffs, summaries, and reviewer context. The more useful the agent becomes, the more important that handoff becomes. Demo 4, Reuse. OpenAI talks about skills, and the practical version of that for me is repeatable workflow leverage. Not just one good answer, a reusable checklist, a reusable process, a reusable way to inspect work and keep the quality bar from drifting. That is where the tool stops being clever and starts becoming operational. And for the 5th feature, I actually would not force a separate flashy demo because the 5th feature is really the bigger conclusion. Codex as a full working environment. That is the thing you feel once the other pieces start connecting. Guidance, guardrails, review flow, reuse, and the ability to keep work moving without turning every task into a brand new conversation. So if you want the simplest takeaway, here it is. Agents.md makes future work smarter. Permissions and sandboxing make the work safer. Review handoff makes the work easier to ship. Reuse makes the workflow compound. And all of that is why Codex keeps feeling less like a one-off tool and more like a real working environment.
Hi, this is the real Kevin. I just want to say thank you for being here and spending time on this channel. I truly do appreciate it. I also want you to know that I do read all of your comments, and I am grateful for your encouragement and your ideas. I use AI to get my message out more clearly. I also use AI to allow me more time to do the research that goes into the content for these videos, which I hope you're enjoying. Thank you.